Hey beauties, it's me Evie. I thought since I was looking a little bit decent for recording something else, I would come on here and do a little bit of a catching up with you. I still have clips to put together and play. They're gonna be way out of this month even. I think it was last month. I don't even know what it is, honestly. But I have clips that I've just not been editing. And a lot of things have happened that I am not going to talk about. But I had some major situations going down, and hold on. I had something happen and it totally threw my world into spin cycle. And it took everything from me and out of me. And I faced a huge part of it alone, not telling anybody, not talking about it. And now I'm left with, I guess you could say, the recoil of my actions or the recoil of the situation. And I've been fighting it, and I'm doing better now. I am. But life is still very confusing right now, very up in the air. When you face certain things in life, you learn things about yourself. And I think somehow, some way, I had forgotten how strong I was. And I kind of forgot that I had feelings too, and that they mattered. And yeah, I also learned that I can make very bad decisions. So with all that, I know it's gonna kill you all to not know the details, but just know that when I can talk about it, or I want to talk about it more, I will, okay? Promises. So for now, let me just catch you up of my world. So, first thing is, I have been battling depression. I did my work though. I have a psychiatrist that I have been seeing since I moved here. But it's like only once every 3 months or something, because they mostly just do medicine now. They don't do the actual, they do like the intakes and stuff, but they don't do the actual dirt digging therapy that, we need. But I did go out on a limb, and I asked for help to find a therapist, and I got it. And they did the intake, and the intake was honestly very helpful. And I'm always surprised when people are like, is this really your life? And I'm like, yes. Why would I lie about anything that I talk about in therapy? Because most of it is so highly embarrassing and so out there that I don't even know how it could be made up, right? So she says to me, I don't know how you are as put together as you are. And I was like, I had to survive. I had to make it through. And a lot of those things I ask for it. Like, yeah, not obviously abuse or, you know, like having people stalk me and stuff like that. But some of the outcomes of some of the stuff, especially when I was younger, like with the drugs and the drinking and stuff like that, I was kind of asking for some stuff, and it just life backfired. Like, I'm not saying anything happened specifically like that, but to me because of it, but I'm just saying the outcome of not feeling worth anything, not feeling like I was smart enough to hold a job, like no desire for these things back then. And it just set my life on this course of always trying to catch up. I'm always trying to catch up, it seems. Even with like my content, you guys, I make so much content and I delete it because I'm either like, oh my God, you're so stupid, or I'm like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Why would they want to listen to me, you know? And because my YouTube has been so slow at gaining watch minutes and stuff, it just made me feel some kind of way. And it was like, I'm doing this all for nothing. Why would this be important to the people that watch? Is women and girls actually watching this? Do I matter to the demographic that I want to matter to? You fit a niche sometimes, and when you fit in a niche, you're gonna have a demographic that you don't necessarily want to cater to, but you're going to be in their catering group, obviously. So I really love fashion and I really love makeup, and today I feel more myself today than I have in probably over a year. Or actually probably before 2022, honestly. That was just, and that's another thing, y'all. Everybody wants me to talk about Boston. Everybody wants me to spill the tea on Jeremy. The more Jeremy become to resent me for needing help, and the more he become to resent me for not getting well because he thought I should be doing more, or whatever he thought, I don't know. Jeremy was not a talker. He didn't like to explain his feelings. Hell, he did everything in secret. Nothing involved me usually. So I don't know, but I do know there was resentment. I was really, really confused. We knew what we had, or I thought I knew what I had anyway. But just my foot, and it wouldn't heal, and I didn't know what else to do because I didn't understand how I was being seen as weak when I could barely stand for the air to touch my leg and my ankle. And how am I supposed to find a soulmate? How am I supposed to find somebody that loves me for me and has to deal with things that happen to people with illnesses such as myself? I mean, I'm still not out of lung failure. I don't have my cannula on right now, but I'm still not great. I'm on steroids right now because of my asthma being so bad. You know, it's just one thing after the other. But men my age just don't have it for me. And I think because, well, like with Jeremy, I think his mortality is wrapped up in with mine, or was wrapped up in mine. And he was like, oh, how many more years do I have to enjoy life myself? I don't want to be tied down with somebody that is constantly fighting for her life. It was a jerk move. It was a real jerk move, but I do kind of get it. And I have bottom line, me and Jeremy are fine. We're friendly. And in a lot of ways, me and Jeremy breaking up hurts more. And then one of the biggest questions, and this is the last one, is about my weight. It was out of control. 2020 happened, 2021. I think it was 2020. I went out the front steps one day to go to the doctor. I fell, I sort of fell, but the railing broke. And Jeremy just never would fix it after that. So that day after I got home, I didn't leave for the next 2 years. I think I went to the doctor once or twice and come through the back, but I had to like sit down, and it was just so stupid, because when it come down to it, my mom had to pay for the railing to put on the back for the wheelchair. She didn't have that money. She had to take loans out and borrow from people that were horrible, and like it was just bad. And if he would have just drove his car up to the back door before I fell, I would have been able to be a little more mobile. When you have a relationship with somebody and it screws you over so bad in your mental thinking about it, it's hard to regroup and get back to a healthy place. It is. It's just hard. But I do recognize that I am happy here now. I love my brother so much. I cannot thank him and Mouse enough for the love that they give me and the love that they show me, and letting me love their little boy and be his aunt. And y'all know how much I love kids. And that little boy has me wrapped around his finger, let me tell you. And honestly, thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for not wanting me in your life and thinking of me as such a big problem that you could not handle it, because you gave me the biggest joy of my life, and that's being a sister. Even though I love being an aunt, I truly love being a sister equally or a little bit more. And I'm so proud of who my brother is as a human. He's so smart and he's so kind. Y'all, he is so kind. And he's just this beautiful soul, and he puts up with me, and he does my little moving around of things, and he cleans my fans even though he hates doing it, and he thinks it's ridiculous that I need it done once a month. And he tells me he's proud of me and he loves me. I get a little angry at our parents. My mom, his mom, our dad, big time our dad. We should have not been apart for 40 years. Actually more. I was 45 when I moved here. So we shouldn't have had 45 years without each other. But dang it, the next 40, I'm gonna hang in there just so I can be his sister. I can't wait for my nephew to just grow and become more of a human being that just like loves life, because he loves it so much as a little kid, and I just can't wait to see him become who he's gonna become. And don't even get me started on Mouse, because Mouse, I was telling them this Sunday, I was like, it's so funny to think back how nervous I was to meet Aaron was tripled of how nervous I was to meet Mouse. I just wanted her to like me so much, and I knew we were very different. Me and Mouse are very different in so many ways, but maybe that's what makes us work well together. She is like this little ball of light that whatever room she's in, she's gonna bring the light to that room. And she's a little firecracker. Like, she has her anxiety and her problems, but she's a little firecracker. And the way she loves my nephew and the way she mothers him and treats him and teaches him how to be a good person, y'all, I love her. I am a lucky girl. And I have met some really good people, doctors. Mouse's mom, we call her grandma, obviously, because she's grandma. And I don't know how she feels about us big kids calling her grandma, because she's clearly a very young lady that is just full of life. But we all do call her grandma. And she's just a beautiful person, and she's always willing to help. And my God, I don't know what me or Aaron would do without her, as in her relationship to helping our dad and stepmom. Like, priceless. Priceless. And then I will admit, I met someone here that really matters to me. And that's how you getting. But and I've met people here that, you know, I've circled a few, and two, I've dated a little bit since I've been here. Of course, dating me has been coming to my house and hanging out, but like, we can call it a date. It was different people and different things and whatnot, and I met some pretty special people that way. So yeah, I am currently not dating. I need to know where certain situations are going before I make a huge commitment to anyone. Not that there's commitments out there. No one said, hey, Evie, you want a commitment up with me? No, that's not it. Not saying that, people. Don't think. That's not there. Now, if there was certain someones that wanted to, you know, cohabitate together, I wouldn't be appalled to that idea. It's just very unlikely to happen, because I feel like somehow happiness decided, love, romance, relationship-wise situation has decided to pass me by. I will have highs and I will have lows, but will I ever have my Carrie big moment that Carrie had? I doubt that. I don't know. I'm mad about that too. Oh my God, I Instagrammed about this, and I'm just gonna say it here at the end, and then I'm gonna go. How can you leave us Sex and the City brand with Carrie not having a somebody to die with, like in her future. You cannot do that to us. Do you understand? Carrie has been my generation's role model of what a free, beautiful woman could be. But damn it, we need her to have a forever after happy tale, okay? You killed Big. How dare you do that? Then you threw Aiden back in there. I never liked her and Aiden together, but even so, I would rather see her with Aiden and him grow a pair than her not have anybody. So there is that. If you need storylines, Sex and the City writers, I have some, okay? I can put that in paperwork for you. I have quite a few versions of Carrie's Happy Ever After. Check my Instagram out. And yeah, so I've talked so long. This is gonna be the worst video ever to edit because in this video I have said way too much stuff, way too many truths, and I'm gonna have to delete it out. Probably leave this part in though. If you've stuck around to the end of this vlog, I love you. You are amazing, and I am so thankful for you. I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. And we have a lot of rough road ahead of us. All right, I love you. Be your own beautiful. And like, comment, and subscribe.